There was an issue for many years. I couldn't get access to the damages, the actual damage assessment, not what was presented in court, which was basically a put-up job by Caspar Weinberger, but the actual damage assessment. After 20 years of working hard to get access to it, we finally got it. And what it said in there was that the only damage to the United States that I had committed was that I had angered America's Arab allies, because in their opinion I had made Israel too strong. Alavai. So that was one of the main contentions in the damage assessment, that I had, according to the Arab states, made Israel too strong. The second reason was kind of a procedural thing, that the type of information that was provided Israel should have been part and parcel of a quid pro quo, where information would have been given to Israel and Israel would have responded. But the whole reason for the operation in the first part was that process had broken down, and that the United States, basically Caspar Weinberger and Admiral Bobby Ray Inman, who was the number 2 under Bill Casey at the CIA, had decided after the Israeli raid on Tuwaitha, on the Iraqi nuclear plant, to basically effect an undeclared intelligence embargo against Israel. And when I asked my Israeli colleagues, why don't you go public with this? Why don't you go to Capitol Hill, even behind closed doors? Their answer, which was compelling, was that if our enemies get a misperception of what's going on, it could precipitate a war, because they would feel that Israel was essentially being stabbed in the back, betrayed, undermined by the United States, and hence vulnerable. And as we know through history, more wars have been started by misperception than they have by calculation. So they were concerned about that, and I understood that. I was asked by one Jewish leader, why didn't I go to Capitol Hill and bring my concerns to them, or why didn't I go public with this? And my answer was, it would have leaked. And again, the same problem would have occurred of misperception. So I said to him, what would you have done if I had come to you with my concerns? And I had basically backed up my story with evidence. And he looked at me for a second and he said, I would have offered you coffee or tea and then called the FBI and had you arrested for being a agent provocateur. I said, but the truth didn't enter into the picture here? Wouldn't have entered? And he said, no. So I was blocked at all avenues, acceptable avenues, legal avenues, to correct this situation.